Hello. Are you perhaps a sexy, intelligent, mature person? A fellow SIMP simp? Well, you've come to the right place because today we are going to be taking a deeper look at Zhongli and Ganyu. Now, this is going to be a beginner's guide, or rather a guide for my fellow Sims. And if you are looking for something very in-depth and numbers-wise, I will leave a bunch of content creators in the description down below alongside the pinned comment section that I highly recommend. If you want some number crunching, you head on over there. Now, if you want to bark, bark, woof, woof instead, you've come to the right place, because right now I'm going to show you why you should be going for Zhongli and why you should be going for Ganyu. So let us begin. Now, as a preface, I would like to say I have spent an ungodly amount of money on both of these characters because I do indeed have both of them at Constellation 6. Now, as you can see, Storm Terror Devalin, the very first boss in the series of Genshin Impact, it's a very difficult boss when you're playing with Ganyu. As you can see, I'm very carefully using my intellect right now to challenge this being, and we're absolutely crushing him. And goodbye. And that is exactly how you do Storm Terror Devalin. As you can see, it was a very challenging boss, and hopefully we're going to get a fantastic drop here. So here we go. Use original resin. Boom. Do we get a dream song? We get absolutely nothing, but that's absolutely a-okay. Well, actually, if this were to perhaps roll crit damage or crit rate, this could actually be used for Ganyu. However, before I debate people into farming Wanderer's Troop, this set is very difficult to farm, and I highly do not recommend farming this set over the Blizzard Strayer for our beloved Ganyu. Now let's head on over and see what Zhongli is capable of. So, Zhongli, let us go to his bestie Tartaglia man and see what he can do. Now, if you do have a Goro, and if you do have other Geo characters, Zhongli is a phenomenal character to play with. Let us use Geo Traveler, aka Aether, I'm going to show you guys a little cheeky strategy that a lot of people don't actually know about. So, we're going to start off with this, right? And then, oh, actually, I don't have the pillar here right now, so give me a moment. One moment. Hopefully he doesn't destroy my pillar here. So what you want to do, you want to go up like this, and then with the Geo Traveler, you want to do this. And as you can see, all of the sides are now ticking. Isn't that cool? I think that's pretty cool. And if you use your ultimate here, there's just a casual 133,000 damage. Nothing to scoff at there. And the reason why you should play Geo Traveler is one, look at these energy particles. There's four Geo particles. Isn't that scrumptious? Besides the point, Zhongli also has a dummy thick shield that if you just stand in front of Child here, he's gonna hit me. Okay, hit me again. Okay, hit me again. Nice. Anyway, while he's trying to break the shield, or while we're trying to break the shield, as you can see, Zhongli, if you do invest into him, can actually do some damage. The one downside is it's a very expensive investment, and I highly do not recommend the casual player, the low spender, or the F2P player to go for a DPS Zhongli. If you have any of the following weapons, once Child stops deciding to try and flex, if you guys have any of the following weapons, let me show you guys here. If you have the Staff of Homer, the Engulfing Lightning, the Primordial Jade Wing Spear, even the Calamity Queller to a copious degree, or the Lithic Spear, you can run a Elemental Burst focused or a Pillar and Elemental Burst focused version of Zhongli. As you can see, my ultimate does some damage, or my Elemental Burst does a good amount of damage. My pillars do a good amount of tick damage as well. However, you are going to have to invest into the artifacts that you're running on Zhongli, because what I currently have is a 2-piece Gladiators and 2-piece Archaic Petra. Now, you can also go for 4-piece Noblesse, 2-piece Noblesse plus 2-piece Archaic Petra. You can even go for 4-piece Emblem of Severed Fate. The easiest thing to do that I would recommend to do, guys, is the reason why I have these artifacts in the first place is because I've been playing since very early on. And back then, we didn't have Emblem of Severed Fate. Now, that set can be used to, or the co-set in the Emblem of Severed Fate series is going to be the Shimenawa set. Now, the Shimenawa set is the exact same 2-piece set as the Gladiatore set, so you should be farming that set. However, that set is all the way in Inazuma, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to farm considering you have to come, I believe, is it this one? No. It is this one. Yes, you're going to have to come all the way here to farm these 2 pieces, and this is not feasible for anyone that's still in the early game. Now, if you are in the early game, I highly recommend going all the way up here to farm for the Noblesse set, and if you want to have a physical DPS Zhongli, you can use 2-piece Bloodstained Chivalry, although I don't recommend it. Now, if you want to go for a shield bot Zhongli, I know I'm going on a tangent here, guys. You want to come to Ridgewatch, and you want to farm this HP set. However, I personally do not like this set. I think it is a pain in the butt to run the 4-piece set, and it's just very, very tedious to do. Also, I don't play with physical damage characters, so there's really no reason for me to get the other set either. So hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, let's show off some Ganyu as well. Here we go, Ganyu. Ganyu, look at you go, Ganyu. You're doing great, Ganyu. Fantastic. And actually, this is probably going to kill Tartaglia. I didn't even have to shoot again. Well, there you have it, guys, and that is exactly why you should be rolling for Zhongli and Ganyu. No, but let's be realistic here. Are they both meta characters? Wow. We just got 6 legendary drops. Wow. Anyway, before I get distracted, Ganyu is arguably the best damage dealing character in the game, as long as you are confident with firing your arrows. She is very, very, very good. Now, the thing that a lot of people forget about Ganyu is that she's actually very good as a support character as well. And by support, I mean by applying cryo. This is one of the strongest taunts in the games. It does a good amount of damage, it gives you a good amount of particles, and her ultimate or her elemental burst covers a huge radius, applies a ton of cryo, and does a lot of damage over time as well. So Ganyu is a phenomenal 5-star. She is very meta as well, because if you want to put her in the meta teams where it's permanently freezing the enemies with, for example, Kokomi, Venti, Sucrose, Kazuha, Mona, Diona, you can have Ayaka in there as well. She is definitely one of the characters to have. She can fit in lots of different teams, and there's really no downsides to playing her other than if you don't like shooting with the bow, then it's probably a big no bueno. Zhongli, on the other hand, again like Ganyu, is a universal character. You can literally fit both of them into any team, and they will give you a good amount of positive gains for your team. For Zhongli, though, a lot of people will argue, Zhongli isn't exactly a meta character. Why would I go for Zhongli? Now, Zhongli is meta in some teams. For example, Shao and Hu Tao teams where you want to protect them for an extended period of time. But the thing that Zhongli does that a lot of people always forget is they say, you don't need Zhongli, you're actually losing damage if you play with Zhongli because you're wasting time with the shield when you can dodge instead. Now, here's the thing about Zhongli. Now, Zhongli, first of all, has a dummy big shield. And this shield will actually shred enemies' elemental resistances, including Anemo and Geo, which is very hard to do, physical resistances for anyone around the shield by 20% or nearby the shield, which is good in itself. But the main thing that maths cannot explain, or it can explain, but nobody really uses the maths to do this because it would just be impossible because everyone experiences it differently, is the amount of damage you can be dealing instead of having to dodge. So every time you dodge, every time you cancel an attack, or every time you just die and get your booty cheeks clapped, instead of that happening, you can keep your character alive. You don't need to dodge if you have the Zhongli shield on. And with the shield on, you're reducing enemies' defenses or their resistances, which gives you, in the long run, in my opinion anyway, for most players, more damage. Because let me tell you what, on my F2P account, where I don't have Zhongli, the amount of damage I lose simply because I get one shot, simply because I have to keep dodging and running around, is obscene. I lose so much damage, and if I had the Zhongli shield, I wouldn't have to dodge or run away. So For me, Zhongli, there is a reason he is the most played character in Spiral Abyss, and it's simply because he gives you comfort, and he gives you safety, and he gives you the defense that you need to keep your characters alive. Now, without further ado, let's canonically whoop this guy's ass and show you guys the power of the C6 versions of Zhongli and also Ganyu. So if you are looking to whale, here's a little sneak preview. So with Ganyu at Constellation 6, she can become a Call of Duty quickscoper like this. So you press your elemental skill and you can start quickscoping immediately, which is very, very, very good. And just like that, phase 1 of Azdaha is already finished, so we can slowly back away. Very nice. And as you can see, the HP is not going down right now, but you know, it is what it is. And let's head straight back in. Here we go. Let's do this. Nice. Let's do this. Let's do this. And let's bring down the meteorite as well. And apparently, he was immune, so I did no damage. That's kind of awkward. That's kind of awkward, but as you can see, Ganyu is putting out work here, and Zhongli's shield is protecting me from everything as my HP slowly dwindles down because my shield has expired. Run away! Now, Zhongli's shield, for those of you at Constellation 6 who don't know, actually can heal you, which I think is pretty cool and pretty OP if you ask me. And here we go, we have the final phase of the sealed Lord of Vishap's Azdaha. What are you going to do? He's going to go Electro Bunga Bunga. Okay. We'll put the shield on again. We'll get some energy particles back. Very nice, very nice. And as you can see, we got some crystallized shields as well. Now, crystallized, realistically speaking, is kind of a stinky reaction. It's not very good. I'll be honest with you guys. Unless you make, for some reason, an elemental mastery Zhongli, there's really no need. It's a little bit overkill, and it's a little bit redundant, especially if we have the Zhongli shield. Alright, as you can see, look at all those damage. Wow! Look at all those ticks, and it's still going. You love to see it. Right, here we go. Boom. Triple drop. Oh, we got a dream solvent, but unfortunately, we did only get a triple drop. So yes, guys, I have been asked over and over and over again, are Zhongli and Ganyu good? The answer is yes. They are very, 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 very good. Are they still meta? Ganyu, yes. Zhongli, for some teams, yes. However, I would say for the casual player and the average player, Zhongli is going to be one of the most effective tactics or strategies available, or most effective teams available, because, you know, what do you want? Do you want more damage, or do you want damage, like a good amount of damage that doesn't die? So it's up to you. It's really down to your playstyle. If you're confident in your dodging abilities and you're an alpha player, then yeah, you don't really need Zhongli. If you're not confident, or you're comfortable accepting that most players on this game are not that great at dodging, then absolutely go for the CEO of GEO, the very beautiful Zhongli. Now, I know this video is mad scuffed, but I'm sure you guys know I've been going through it the past week or so. It's been pretty eventful, not for the good kind of reasons. And unfortunately, my face has broken out with pimples, and I've got a cold sore as well, and it's all painful and it's all gross to look at, which is why I'm in the chibi form right now. But at least you got something beautiful on the screen in the shape of Zhongli. As for the weapons, before I keep going on a tangent again, the weapons, Vortex Vanquisher, please do not, I beg you guys, unless you are an, look at my aesthetics kind of player, please, 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 do not, and I'm begging you guys here, please do not pull on this banner. Unless you absolutely plan to play Zhongli solely for aesthetics, this banner is one of the dumbest things to pull on. Because the Vortex Vanquisher is hot garbage. Now, Amos Bow is good on Ganyu, I won't cap. But the Vortex Vanquisher, please note, there are free-to-play variants that you can be running for the Amos Bow instead, which is the Crescent, the Prototype Crescent, and even the Hamayumi Bow. They're both decent on Ganyu. The Vortex Vanquisher looks good on Zhongli, but so does the Staff of Homer. Now, I know it's going to sound a little bit hypocritical because I will be pulling for the Vortex Vanquisher. However, I'm going to be pulling that simply because I need thumbnails of Zhongli with the Vortex Vanquisher. You know what I'm saying, guys? I'm tired of using Zhongli's thumbnails with the Staff of Homer, even though the Staff of Homer does look very good on him. I mean, look at it. He looks like an absolute Giga Chad. But that weapons banner is not great. Yes, it has a sacrificial bow as well, so if you're a Diona player, you're probably going to want that. But hear me out, guys. What happens if in 2 months' time we have the Staff of Homer banner coming back with, for example, the Polar Star, the Child Bow, which can also be used for Ganyu as well? Everyone's going to start kicking themselves, and that's what I'm telling you guys. The Staff of Homer is superior. It is the best in slot, not only for Zhongli, but for a ton of other characters as well. So please, unless you have the money to spare, do not waste your Primo Gems on the Vortex Vanquisher. Because look, the Staff of Homer, it does look cool. It does look cool on Zhongli. Again, the Amos Bow is not necessary for Ganyu. It looks great on Ganyu. It is pretty much for Ganyu, but hear me out, guys. Hear me out, it is not the end-all be-all if you don't have this weapon. Well, guys, that is it from me today. This has been one of the most scuffed videos I've ever recorded. I hope you guys enjoyed regardless, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.